My thesis right now is do private sector, low restriction, low barriers, and low restrictions that would come with the land bank, and pull permits, get your footing, get your bearing, understand what you're doing. After I call it load the bases. So what, four hits to a home run? So build your first three or four, do full cycle, and then you can approach the land bank with some muscle. Hey guys, I've done this 4 times. You can look at my permitting history. You can look at the product we've designed. Now you can go to the land bank who has an abundance of various packages where they'll sell you 12 lots, 15 lots, 20 lots. And now you can have that scale. So my thoughts initially are avoid the land bank up until a certain point. You're fourth, you've hit your home run now. Now you're out of the pocket. And then approach the land bank. But initially, I don't want the recapture of taxes. I don't want the rigid timeline. I don't want any of it. I just want the flexibility to test, iterate, and try out what I'm doing. And lastly, I'll share this that I think is good. So Detroit's land bank and other agencies have great resources that I think some other cities do not provide. So let's say you want it to be incremental grassroots developer. If you're new to this and need some help, Detroit will provide you with such things like this in terms of documentation of you literally can old world submit in Detroit. And I was like, wow, this is impressive. Other cities just kind of throw you to the curb. So what I've also done is I've already pulled out the land bank guidelines and we build our initial model and case studies against their standards. So we're ready. When we do approach, we've already gone through the charrette of the statement, what your development plan is, we've done all this. What's your experience? The scoring. So what I'd like to say is view this as a case study. I think I've previously talked about the ULI Heinz competition. That would be for a larger scale development where they're giving you the expectations of what to do when you're bringing a project forward. Well, the land bank does the same thing. So when you think about it, I'm not avoiding them forever, but what you'll do is you'll pull all that initial information to inform your decision making. That way, when you are pursuing that land bank property, there's no surprises. There's not an unfamiliar process. But I think a lot of people are not as proactive. That's why I complimented you earlier about being proactive.